Dark because we took a coin toss and chose Dark. Sitting here with my boy Jeff. This will be my first time playing it, so let's get it. And I've had that, like, I don't know, if you have PC, if you have PC, you should really take advantage of the sale that they have. They got a bunch of games on sale, good ones too. Or like stuff that you wanted to try out is like dollars, where like it was like maybe like $60 or $70 is like $5, $10, $15, you know. So I'll just grab it up for like 40 bucks. I got like a crap ton of games, you know what I mean? So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to play the new Alone in the Dark 2024 rather. Fan experience with intense difficulty. Extra help provided to make the experience smooth. Includes hints and helpful. Alright, good. I'm not trying to prove shit to nobody when I shit. Play games. I just want to have a great experience. Although I do love Soul games. Souls games, now that right there, I will.
Gonna enhance my experience.
Right.
Oh god. When he used to say that shit. Oh.
Looks good so far.
So, your uncle. What's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something like that. He says a dark man is following
That's
him.
David Harbour.
Watching him at all times.
What do you
I
make?
loved him as Hellboy. A lot of
It's
people didn't. I
nonsense,
loved
of
him as.
course. But I'd be
Hey,
lying
what's
if
going
I
on,
said it
Apple?
didn't
Good to
bother
see
me.
you.
You see, it runs in my family.
Where you coming from, little
Possession.
Apple?
No, detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family
Yes,
is
I'm
driven
on
mad
cam,
before
baby.
they grow
Good
old.
to see you.
But Jeremy didn't kill himself. Is that why he's at Derceto?
Despite being convinced that he is truly possessed,
You want me
he
to turn off the
decided to
cam,
put his
Apple?
last chips on Dr.
You
Gray
know,
and his
I'm gonna be honest with
psychoanalysis.
you. I get
Figuring
more
you might
views when
stumble
I turn
upon
the
some
camera
cure.
off than when I turn the camera on. No bullshit. I turn the camera on, motherfucker.
You mentioned the
don't wanna
letter.
Hip hop event at Lincoln Center, then silent
I received a
disco.
disturbing letter from
BBL
Jeremy
waiting on
accusing
the
the
train.
staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult. And now
Oh,
they
you
are
got
also
your
out to
BBL
get
done?
revenge.
Could it be
I know
real?
what it means. Be back later.
Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
Which is?
That we're all terribly insignificant. That
I
people
don't know
mean
what
so
actress
very
that
little
is,
to
but I
one
do know
another.
that's David Harbour.
That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't worth getting.
Here we are.
My uncle's not well, Mr. Carnby. I want to make sure he's all right.
Then what's my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. How are you? They're playing the game. Shows.
Did you bring a gun?
That alone.
Yeah.
Here we are.
You think it'll actually come to that?
Those
No.
colored glasses
But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
and haters. I need.
What
need a train
exactly
bus.
are we gonna do when we find
Talk to you
Jeremy?
later. Are you
I don't
out there
know.
waiting by yourself
Let's just
for the
find him
train and
first.
shit? At this hour? You and me gonna learn a harsh fucking lesson, boy. Cold, cold. Oh, can you hear me, Fixar? Oh, choose a character. Of course. Going with my man David Harbour. Who plays? Jodie Comer. Jodie Comer. Jodie Comer. Jodie Comer. This does not look like. Oh, yes, it is. I remember her now. Yeah. Who are we playing with, guys? Oh, you can barely hear me? All right, then. Because I didn't want to put it around my neck. But I'll put it back around my neck. I really don't like having headsets on my head. I don't. Let me see. Who do you want me to use? Edward Carnby? Or Emily Hartwood? I have a microphone. Relax, buddy. I got a microphone. Unless you want to donate one to me. The Shure microphone with the handle. Which one are we using? Are we using... No, I do need a new microphone. Definitely need one. Edward Carnby or Emily Hartwood. Your choice, Fix, or whoever types it in there first, that's what I go with. Emily? Ugh. You sure you want to use Emily? Fuck it. You chose. I hope she uses guns and not a bunch of fucking magic. Whatever the case may be. Nice boots. She got on some cute boots. Hello? Come on, man. We should have chose David,
So quiet.
bro.
Where is everyone?
It's David
It's
Harbour.
a big place.
The
Maybe they're on the
one
other
who
side of
played
the
in the
house.
good Hellboy movie.
Stay here.
The violent Hellboy
I'll have a
movie.
look.
The comic
The
accurate
violent-
Hellboy movie.
Yeah, the one that people didn't like. I actually.
Yeah, they didn't like it because it was too violent, they said. But, I mean, if you read the comic books, Hellboy is very violent.
I was
Very
like,
violent.
I watched it a few times because I was like, they weren't saying it was so bad.
I don't see why it was bad. It was, honestly,
Even my mom liked it. She's like, yeah, this is good. She likes that kind of shit. So
they were literally holding to the lore in the comic book, I'm telling you, within that movie. Of course, you know, people wanted, what's his name? Beauty and the Beast guy?
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, Ron Perlman. And Ron Perlman, he's too old. He can't play Hellboy forever. The motherfucker like 80. He was old when he played Hellboy.
Hello and welcome to the developer commentary for Alone in the Dark. My name is Mikael Hedberg and I'm the creative director. You just watched the intro to our game and it contains a lot of things that you can see harkens back to original from 1992. This is sort of a common way for us to proceed. You will notice that going forward, while hearing more of this commentary, that we often start out with something that we found in the original.
Do you want to hear the?
And then we
Do you
put a
want to
little
hear the
spin on
director's
it.
commentary or no?
And the most obvious one in the intro is the frog trying to cross the road. In the original, it just crosses the road and it narrowly escapes the car, but in our game, it gets caught by an alligator and eaten. That pretty much sums up how we treated the original.
What's this?
Do you want me to keep on the commentary or no? Because once I leave that room, I don't think I can turn it off. Kitchen garden key. Oh, that's what. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's how you run. Because in survival horror games, I like to run. Why wait for what's going to happen to you?
Well, I don't think I'll be able to get in there.
I think that's better. Okay.
Hello, my name is Richard Ryberg. I'm the art director for Alone in the Dark. Welcome to Derceto. Our version of Derceto is inspired by an old plantation, Belgrove, in Louisiana. Unfortunately, it's not standing today, but it uses a mix of Greek revival and Italian architectural style. And if you look closely here in the kitchen garden, you might spot some of it.
Why don't you get a group? You can,
Well, I don't
you
think
want
I'll
me to
be
start
able get
playing
in
that
there.
with you? What is that, Diablo, right? My boy Jeff plays Diablo a lot. He's in the party right now. Jeff, you still play Diablo, right? I hope my party didn't fucking...
Hello everyone, I'm Frederic Reynal, the creator of the first Alone in the Dark in 1992, and I'm so delighted to see again Derceto, and especially in this new state.
Inside the conservatory, we get our first taste for one of our main themes in the game, which is man versus nature, or human psyche versus nature. It's presented with this kind of on-the-nose metaphor of a giant tree kept inside a metal steel cage, which is this conservatory. You will find more of this theme throughout the game, but nowhere is it ever as on the nose as it is here.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to get in there.
Diablo 4, I'll start playing it if you want me to. I'll play it with you. You know I'm gonna take a barbarian class, and I like the brutes.
The druid looks exciting to play. I don't know.
The druid? That's a magician,
Yeah.
right?
He turns into like this giant wolf. He has some lightning ability, I think, too.
I'll just take this.
This black man love their lightning.
Ooh.
So now we're properly inside Derceto. And since this is the start of the game, we don't have our character.
Every day your silence weighs a little
It's
heavier.
okay, us redheads like
It's
our
been
black
a difficult
characters.
Yeah,
year for
we black people
everyone,
like
and
you
many
redheads,
have
too.
lost all hope. I read in the
That's why you
papers
see
about
Bebop and
people
Rocksteady so
suffering.
cool with each other.
Pictures of dust-covered landscapes without a drop of water.
I did really enjoy that
I
last
wish I knew if you were still
Michael Bay
standing
Ninja,
the earth,
Ninja Turtles
or
movie. I usually
if you
don't
had
like his shit.
turned your back against us.
I think because he
I
did
have
Bebop and
started to look
Rocksteady
for
so well,
help
that's the reason why I liked
elsewhere.
it.
I pray you will tell me if I'm going down a path that you find disagreeable. With help from Baptiste and Charlotte, I found comfort in the practice of the voodoo. I have long been skeptical of that Caribbean cult, but it's been of good use to me. It seems all harmless in my book. I say some words dreamt up by the Creoles, and I carry around a small pocket of gris-gris. Nothing of this is mentioned in the Bible, of course, but the French Quarter priestess tells me it's all connected. She says the Christian God is just one more perspective on the creator of things. That's what I like to think, but the other way around, that the spirits of her faith are just aspects of you, our Heavenly Father. I am so grateful for the words you gave Mr. Hartwood. We will sing your praises at St. John's Eve. The world will be blessed soon again. Only the sacrifices of the Old Testament compare to your demands. Let it be the truth. A mother of earth, wood, and dirt. A mother of 1,000 young.
Sacred sand, $1. Black cat oil, $1.50. Devil shoestrings, a quarter. That makes $2.75, madame.
What was that you were telling the doctor? A goat without horns. What does that mean?
Ah, you must have misheard me, madame. I said no such thing.
Please, I know I don't look like any of you, but I'm devout. I'm ready to do what it takes.
Do not be so eager to sacrifice the few things you have left, madame. Now please, leave my store.
A goat without horns.
Set up yet properly, so we don't have anything good or bad. We don't have any suspicion on anyone. So we wanted to play on the idea of it might not be a great idea to just break in somewhere. So both Emily and Edward are supposed to be normal people, and you don't normally go around breaking into places that you're not allowed. So here we try to keep a little bit of that tension and maybe keep the normality while exploring the start of Derceto.
Drink. Rat poison. Fuck? What is this? Against are non-essential items that you can find throughout the game. Completing sets will uncover forbidden knowledge and some.
When the player first arrive at the Derceto, it's late sunset and the sun is setting. We chose this time of day because we wanted to use thick God rays through almost each window to emphasize the atmosphere, and also what we were after was to really convey the warmth and the sweaty atmosphere from the deep southern.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined.
Only the
Let's
decorative
wait for
plate.
Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak. Mr. Waits.
Mr. Waits.
That doesn't look...
I like the fact that you start the game from the first floor, which seems so more natural than what I did for the first version, because as I wanted the player just get out of the house, I needed to set it in another location, so that's why we started from the attic. But in this version, it sounds so more natural.
I gotta remember too that this is the run button. How do you do the puzzle? I can see it. Hey, Fix, you ever been to New Orleans?
Lottie's room is probably the first.
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy.
No, let's go.
I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible.
Pain medicine.
Cassandra's upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that
Range
Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lady. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait. I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
Room where we properly see how much the design of the room itself tells you about the character. We clearly see that Lottie is
Okay. Guess this is a map of the area. And parlor. Parlor.
part of staff. She has her dress up. She doesn't have too many frivolous things. She's quite a serious person, and yeah, it also leans in and tells us a little bit about how and who she might be even before we have met her.
Evidently, this must be the key to it. Yeah, this is the key to it. How do I use it? Oh, let's go. Start driving down tomorrow. You want to go to New Orleans? With the traffic, that's everything tomorrow. We won't make it. We'll be doing that shit all day.
I need the key.
Oh no, okay, alright, I get it now.
Whoa. I need the key.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods in an act to protect American labor. Following the collapse of the Wall Street stock market on October 24 last year, American industry has suffered greatly.
I think I'm liking this
Thousands
game.
of companies have gone bankrupt and left a large part of the American workforce unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act has been signed by President Herbert Hoover. By regulating commerce with foreign countries, the government hopes to encourage the industries of the United States to compete with cheap foreign imports. Superstition on rise. New Orleans voodoo stores and spiritual mediums see increased profit during troubled times. While the market has faced hard times ever since Black Thursday of last year, voodoo doctors and snake charmers see significant rise in number of customers. With the coming Eve of St. John on the 23rd, the police expect increased cult activity around Bayou St. John, the southern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Voodoo rituals in that area on the Eve of St. John have a long tradition reaching back to the first snake worshippers brought as slaves from West Africa. During the 19th century, its practice was popularized by the legendary Marie Laveau, and has since been
Marie
embraced
Laveau.
by many of the Creoles and the surviving aristocracy of the French Quarter. Author seeks asylum. Rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home verified. Derceto Hospital is an old plantation building on the eastern shores of Lake Pontchartrain. While often considered an asylum for the insane, residing Dr. Elmore Lee Gray prefers to think of it as a convalescent home, a place where you can go to rest. The patient list is kept secret, but thought to include many of the black sheep of wealthy families, because at Derceto, treatment does not come for free. Local author Cassandra Beauregard has now been confirmed by her own admission. She's been lauded as a powerful Creole voice and written many successful books. Lately it was reported from Hollywood that she has finished a moving picture manuscript
Start
titled
driving tomorrow, he
Slaughter
said.
Gulch. That film is set to hit the theaters next year.
We speculated for a while if we wanted the player to be able to move.
Oh, okay, so you pick up all of this stuff. Lock shotgun
To the
cannon,
waiting hall
awesome.
already in the first chapter, but we actually went for it for a very specific reason, is that
I need the key.
we wanted to show the player more about what kind of place they were in. We had been exploring a few of the staff's room and the corridors in the conservatory, but this is where we actually get into the proper asylum stuff. But in the same way, we want to show that it isn't an asylum with chains or crazy things going on. It's more of a countryside resort almost, where rich people try to recoup.
I need the key.
So how's things working out for you, brother? I try not to talk about it unless you bring it up.
But... Wait, don't.
Excuse me? Do you know where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Of course not.
McCarthy, what are you doing? I told you not to lose sight of the girl.
Don't you worry, Mags. I'll find that little rascal.
Who are you people? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. His name is Jeremy Hartwood.
What are you doing, child? You shouldn't be alone. Go find McCarthy.
Who are you? Are you here for the Fey Dodo?
Go upstairs now.
My name is Emily Hartwood. I'm the niece of Jeremy Hartwood. This is Detective Carnby.
The police? Why are you here?
No, I'm a private investigator. Sorry to bother you. My client's worried about her uncle. He's a patient here at Derceto. If you don't mind, could you direct us where to find him?
No, I can't. Jeremy has gone missing. If you leave your information, I will make sure to contact you.
Wait, he ran away?
No, he won't leave the house. He's around here somewhere, and both of our orderlies are looking for him.
That's unacceptable. Where's Dr. Gray? I want to speak with him immediately.
Fine, I'll ask him. Wait here and don't touch anything.
Yeah, I like her
You wanna
boots
see
though.
Jeremy's room?
Can you show us?
Follow me.
Want to see Jeremy's room?
Thank you.
She licked her tongue at her.
Let's look around, see what we can find.
Every night the dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room, counting the days until my spirit spills out of my tired shape. Only his pallid mask shelters my remaining sanity. Staring directly into the face of that demonic sultan would surely sunder time itself. Would he have looked the same to my father as he struggled for his life? Does his veiled face haunt my niece quite the same way? I wish so that I could rest my soul in that sunburnt convent of Teruel. Would I find you there, Juan? Or Senora Perosi, back from the beyond? Every night I hide from him, moving from one misshapen memory to another. Scenes conjured out of fantasy and delirium. Places I struggle to even paint. I wish I understood your death, Senora. Is there anything I could do for you but bury you in that bleak necropolis? That triumphant chapel rising above the ledges and the oven vaults shall be your sepulchre, where you may rest, and I shall weep.
Here in Jeremy's room, you can see a lot of paintings and sculptures, which is made by Jeremy himself. Him being a kind of a madman, we tried to picture it through the theme of the room as well, mixing these geometric shapes and general chaos. And also a fun note is also the use of dark ebony throughout the room, which is symbolic for the darkness within and dark man as well.
Hey, mouse
Have you
type,
ever
how
seen
are
anything
you?
like this? Looks like a talisman.
You mean like this one?
Can you find me a knife to cut the canvas? I want to take this with me.
You want to take the painting? Sure, I'll find one.
Favors Willem Dafoe a little bit, doesn't he? Doesn't he favor Willem Dafoe a little bit? Doesn't he favor Willem Dafoe a little bit?
I found this tube as well. Should keep it safe for you. Do you want to carry it or should I? Miss Hartwood? Emily?
I'll take it. Thank you.
We're done here, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know how to do any of this.
Listen, I think we should talk to Dr.
Hey,
Gray.
mouse type, how are
He
you?
must know
Thank you
something
for the
about what's going on
compliment.
around here.
Okay. Let's do that.
Come on, I don't want to be here all night.
I love story-driven games. I really do.
Detective Carnby? Where did... What on earth is happening? What is this place?
Cutting out break more and more every day. Yeah, I'm noticing that. They're doing the boiling the frog method with you. Let me see what the controls are. Stealth. Okay, so Y is a stealth button. Reload, dodge, and play range. Okay.
For the French Quarter, we try to incorporate aspects from liminal spaces to get a more creepy feel without it being destroyed or too much worn down, because we wanted to portray some colorful quarters from New Orleans. So yeah, I hope you find it creepy.
This can't be.
I put the narrator's voice on. Take a little each time till there's nothing left. Absolutely. Frog in the pot method.
I can't go that way.
Ooh, a pipe.
Now what's this? My weapon broke!
Kiki Jabbar died. Yeah, right? And Christina Applegate just got diagnosed. Not only did she have cancer, she just got diagnosed with what do you call that? She got diagnosed with MS. Yeah, my weapon broke, right? You never heard of Kiki Jabbar? Like, no. Oh, man, listen. Surf and turf is always good, man. Always good. Hold on 1 second. I'll just eat. Okay.
For the French Quarter, we try to incorporate aspects from liminal spaces to get a more creepy feel without it being destroyed or too much worn down, because we wanted to portray some colorful quarters from New Orleans. So yeah, I hope you find it creepy.
Items can be thrown at enemies or used to distract them. Right trick. What item? I don't have any item to talking about. A little hungry to no time to grab anything. Last thing I eat's a tooth snack. Gullen, you gotta keep a little like bug out bag, man. Listen, if you when you work nights, you gotta keep like survival bags and shit like that. Or you'll be fucked up. When I was working telecom, you know, I was coming home all sorts of weird hours and shit like that. I would What work do you do at night? She's a scientist, pretty much like a skin, believe it or not. She works for the Umbrella Corporation. Oh yes, Hatchet.
I can't go that way. I need the key.
Pigskin is tasty. It is. I love fucking but it's so bad for you, bro. Especially chicharron. Chicharron is very bad for you, but it tastes so good. Combat is a little bit shitty. Yes, it is pigskin. You know what I want? I want a good bag of spicy pork rinds. I haven't had pork rinds in so long. Manual. This combat looks terrible. Doesn't even look like they're doing she's doing anything. My weapon's about to break too. Nice shooting, Tex. The combat is I don't like the way the combat looks. It's so janky. Game looks great, but like the combat is just, it's not impactful. Down there already. Oh yeah, you would have loved the conversation last night. Last night, Fix. This fucking guy always comes in there bragging about the PC he built. Get this, with his 2060. He says he has all this money and that everybody around him is broke. But he's running a 2060 and he doesn't want to, he says the reason why he's not gonna upgrade his computer. Yeah. Go to last night's stream. It was fucking comical. And Inadvertently, I brought you into it. I was like, man, I got a friend that's running 240-90s. He can't. That's impossible. He couldn't run 240-90s. I said, yeah, he does have 240-90s. What are you talking about? He said the 2060 is a high expensive. I said, bro, you can get that shit for like $155. Shut up. That shit came out in 2019, 2018. Shut the fuck up. I don't fuck they got.
Emily had never seen the French
investigate the
Quarter
corner store.
quite like this, dark and alien. The only possible refuge she could see from Jeremy's balcony was a bit of light coming from a corner store.
And I told him that. I said he works on AI. I said, so what the fuck are you talking about? I said, bro, you are dated. But he's a junkie. He's a junkie and a creep, because that was the one that like waited for us to leave out the party and then started trying to do a bunch of sexual advance, like masturbated to Casey. Exactly. You would have laughed your ass off. I said, boy, because he's always coming in a party talking about my computer. He been talking about the same computer for over 6 years. I said, bro, that 2060 is old as fuck.
Emily, is that you?
Batiste?
How'd you get here?
I was back at Derceto. Looking for my Uncle Jeremy?
Jeremy's your uncle. I didn't know.
Why would you? You're still working at Derceto?
Yeah, both me and Lotta stuck around. We're real orderlies now. You remember my sister Lotta, don't you?
What happened, Batiste? How are we here?
You know about the dark man haunting your uncle?
I'm familiar with his mental state.
I think we all in his head somehow.
Why gotta be a
These
black man
streets are
jacking
real.
away? Exactly.
They're not like on the map.
You already knew where I was going with this
Never
before I even said it.
wrong
You
way.
already knew how I was looking at this shit.
You know
and
how
they
to
had
get
it
back
to
to
where
Derceto?
he
You're not safe
upchucked her.
here.
Like, you know what I'm
True
saying? Like, took
words
her
have
up.
yet been
Like,
spoken, Mrs. Marcus.
Don't call me that. It's Miss Emily Hartwood. There's no reason to call me anything else.
I'm sorry, Miss Emily. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. This place ain't safe for no one. There's evil hiding in the dark.
How do I get back?
Only Jeremy knows how. He has this juju necklace guiding him.
You mean this talisman?
Mm-hmm. Just like it. He says it's been protecting him ever since he got it from Miss Jackson down the street.
You know where it came from? Have you been there?
I was there no more than 1 hour ago.
Everybody's racist. Everybody's racist.
Ghouls from getting inside. You can have the key if you want.
Everybody's racist to their own extent or within their own
Thank you.
beliefs or whatever the case
I'll take
may
a look.
be. There's a little bit, there's racism in everybody. It's just that those are just, there's some that just willing to exhibit it more profoundly than others. Batiste.
Are you staying here?
For a while. Want to see if Jeremy shows up.
Typical white girl move, always asking too much. you want to keep up to par, read a newspaper. You stupid, Blue Link. That scene was racist as fuck. No, more like stereotypical. Not racist, but stereotypical, if anything. Know what I mean?
Emily couldn't understand where she was, but it felt like a waking dream. Baptiste, who she vaguely remembered from her past, claimed to work as an orderly at Derceto. He was also looking for Jeremy, and seemed to imply that he was chasing him through Jeremy's own mind. Maybe this wasn't Emily's dream, but Jeremy's, and she was trapped inside somehow.
I like how they read the dialogue off to you. That's good.
In some control due to a talisman that he had been given by a Miss Jackson, a name Emily recalled to be one
I've
of
been
the
pretty good,
many
Blue Link. It's good to see you,
voodoo
man.
witch doctors in the French Quarter. In hope to find a way back to Derceto, Emily set out to find Miss Jackson's place.
I love it. Yeah, up here bragging about a 2060 old ass hardware and shit. Like, shut up. Don't let you. He said this game got them chupacabra vibes. But ain't all that. That's the yeah, right? But I'm glad they read it off. I'm glad that they read it off to you instead of just you know, having you read it and shit.
I always wanted to incorporate more of voodoo culture because I think it's a really exciting element that's related to New Orleans and, of course, the Caribbean. And we see a little bit of that here. We find a courtyard decorated on the basis of voodoo temples. Mainly, the most recognizable part is the veve, this sort of pattern that they use. Yeah, I think it was an exciting element that I wish we could have worked even more with.
I like listening to the developers' comments. So they clip it. Where was it at? Stuck to the wall? Cause I didn't know. I heard him, but I didn't know where the fuck he was. Juju.
This must be Miss... It looks exactly like Jeremy's talisman.
We knew early on that we wanted to make something special with the talisman to both pay homage to the original game, but also to get a cool item for the player to. It ends up being a way to open up gates to other worlds. Our talisman looks quite different, it's updated, but we still kept a lot of the design of the original for an item called the toy talisman that you can find later in the game as well, that is used to activate hidden ending.
I think it's meant to hold the talisman.
Oh, I recognize this talisman. We had almost the same in the first version of the game. And this talisman is quite a special item because it is animated. Not all items you can find were animated, but this one was special because you need it at the end of the game to defeat the sorcerer. That's what he got this special treatment.
Miss Jackson's seance room is the oldest surviving room in the production. It was a part of what was called a proof of concept that was done during 2019. And yeah, I think it's a neat place, but for us developers, it's probably more dear than to the regular player.
I don't want to do no. All right, Mouse Type, have a good one, baby. About to, cause I have a do an action. I'm gonna call it a night. Okay, I just played a game called called Cruelty earlier, and it was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting. You were basically like this. Oh shit. You were basically like this. This kidnapped person that was just being fucking tortured and shit like that. Tomorrow, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some action figure reviews, guys. I appreciate all you. Thank you for everything. Going to get some rest. Yeah. I got a lot of action figures. I love action. But I will be back tomorrow, guys. I love you very much. Thank you for your support. I'm getting tired. I'm getting kind of tired. I had a long day because I did a bunch of yard work outside, you know. But I love you guys. You're the absolute best. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. I'll catch you tomorrow, okay, guys? Take care.